Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to DDB's In Zone Empire with your hosts, Dave, Dustin, and Brian, your source for the latest and greatest fantasy football info, wagering, stats, injury,
Just keep it going, bro. You killed it.
injury reports, picks of the week, and more.
And it's good. Everybody just got to laugh on that.
Hey,
You gotta have
Guys,
a blooper every now and then.
sometimes you mess up. Dave,
Some things get past the goalkeeper. All right, look, we are here. It's AB's bar. We're trying to get rolling, but it's a cluster. You know, one of those clusters you always talk about. But either way, we're at AB's bar. I'm your host, Dave. I got my main man, Brian, here.
What's going on?
And instead of Dustin today, we have Travis. He's normally working sound.
what's going on, fellers? The producer with the most or the host with the most, whatever you want to call it.
Okay. You know what, Travis? I don't know. I'm not a big fan of your energy right now. You need to come a little harder than that.
Okay, well, what's everybody drinking tonight?
I'm drinking Mountain Dew.
I'm drinking Elijah Craig.
I'm drinking Tres Generaciones Anejo. But I'm starting with the Anejo. I'm going to finish off with the Reposado.
Is it on the rocks?
Straight, son. No
Okay.
lime,
Right out the
no
bottle.
lime, no salt, none of that.
He's just holding the bottle over.
None of that feminine stuff.
Yeah, well, anyway,
Sorry,
okay. So this is week 16. We're gonna get into all the information you're wanting, your fantasy relevance, your gambling, who's gonna win. You know, all the things that you're looking for when you're in the playoffs this week, or you're trying to make your wagers at home. I know we appreciate that you share part of your day with us, and if you could just subscribe, like, tell a friend, whatever, it would help us out. And if you want to leave a comment or something, feel free to do that as well. But
I do just want to take a quick second, though, for and apologize for fumbling and that. For our whole 36 listeners out there, from the depths of my heart, I'm sorry.
yeah, he's talking to you, Mom.
Yes.
Hold on. You're one of our 36 listeners?
I listen to y'all every day.
Well,
She's
thanks.
on it. She
So,
just wants to hear herself.
But
She
anyway,
forgot.
listen, it's been a week, okay? We got Christmas coming up. The playoffs are in the second week if you made it past the wild card round. And we're going to try to give you everything you need, and we're going to try to speed it up a little this week. We're going to try something different. But anyways, we're going to get started. Thursday night game, we have the Saints are going to the Los Angeles Rams. And now this game, the Saints, man, there's a lot to say about this. But before we get into it, let's check in with the football mom and see if there's any injuries.
All right, Rams-wise, we got Tutu Atwell, did clear concussion protocol, and he will play Week 16. Other than that, the Saints have no injuries to report.
Who was that on the Rams? Say that again.
Tutu Atwell,
That ain't
two.
a big.
no
so
big loss.
He's from Louisville. It's okay.
So, Brian, when I look at this game, I know Williams is really he likes to do his thing. He's been getting a lot of points every week. I can count on him. I feel like he's a good start here, even against a tough Saints defense. But also, do you like Cooper Kupp in this game? Now, remind you, these people out here, we want to win playoff games. We are in the playoffs now. This is money. It's time to win the money.
That's it.
Is Cooper Kupp going to win the money?
Cooper Kupp's back. All right, 8 for 8, 111 yards and a touchdown last week. The man is back, but
Ready to eat.
It's still not taking targets away from Puka. He still had 8 for 5 for 50. But if you want to win your championship, if you got Williams on your team, you're loving life right now. He is the hottest running back in the NFL right now. And the Rams are showing him love. 27 carries last week for 152 yards and touchdown.
I will say this, though. Two girls, one cup or not, I don't see the Rams winning this week.
Oh, against the Saints?
I'm picking I'm going Crescent
I tell you,
City.
I think
I'm going Crescent City, you heard.
I think when you have all four of these players healthy right now, you got Stafford, Williams, Puka, you got Kupp, and I mean you can even throw in some Higbee, a little backup running back. I think right now, they're hot and they could actually make a playoff run.
Yeah, Sean McVay has got this team just rolling, and the Saints are kind of I don't know if I trust them. They have been scoring, but they're also they haven't been playing the Rams either. I don't think they've played a team of the caliber of the Rams with Winston or Carr in the last few weeks. So they do have a stiff defense, but I think Sean McVay and company are going to overcome that. The Saints they've been putting up yards, and their defense has been solid,
but their defense is keeping them in the game. I'm looking at stats just off these past weeks, and right now Alvin Kamara is keeping them in games.
Yeah.
He is. He's mainly your leading receiver on the team almost every week. He's monopolizing the touches. Like last week, he got 16 for 66 yards. He caught all 5 receptions for 44. Derek Carr kind of spreads the ball around a little bit. He's not going to have flashy numbers. He did put up 3 touchdowns, but it was against the Giants.
Yeah.
And you're looking at a little stiffer defense.
Well, and I could see them with a lot of screens or little flat passes to Kamara just to get away from Aaron Donald.
Yeah, and Michael Thomas is still out. Shaheed, he's actually stepping up. He's starting to do a little better. Kudos to Jimmy Graham too. 3 weeks in a row with a touchdown in the red zone. Jimmy Graham.
He's a new Taysom Hill.
I'm guessing. Bench Taysom Hill. That's all I want to say. Bench him.
Well, at least Chris Olave will be back this week.
Let's hope.
So now, Brian, these people out here trying to win the playoffs. Is Olave the guy, or should he still be on the bench?
If he's starting, you're definitely starting him. You picked him in the top 5 rounds for a reason. You're definitely starting him against these Rams because Rams are going to put up some points. The key to this: can the Saints keep up?
Okay.
I think that's the key.
Now I want to ask you a question, Brian. What's the spread and the over under in this game?
We've got a. I've got the Saints -6 right now, and it is a 39.5 over.
Okay, that's about where I thought it would be as far as the over under. I might stay away from that just because it could be 38, it could be 46. That's a tough call there, but I do feel like the Rams and the 6 points is not worth taking. I might stay away from it because it's a Thursday game. I wouldn't put it in my big parlay, but I do like the Rams to win the game money line. Just scrap the points.
Hang on, I need to make a correction here.
Okay.
I was looking at last week's. I was checking out stats. The Rams are -4 right now. You got
4. Okay.
You've got 46 under right now.
Okay, you know what? I
makes a lot more sense.
Take back what I said. I actually
I stand corrected.
I haven't locked a game on Thursday in a long time, but I think I'm going to do it, and I'm going to go ahead and write it down right now. The Rams -4. I like it. You can take those points. Rams win this game. Eat the points, and you'll be fine. Also, you might throw in something with Williams. Look at his his yardage, and then also Kamara out of the backfield. If he is 4.5, 3.5 on total receptions, you might want to look at that too.
I think that's going to be up by now, though, because I think Vegas is keeping up.
It could be 5.5.
But
if it is 5.5, I
still
wouldn't take it.
I don't know. They're eyeballing him almost every. Mr. Checkdown. Carr.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Mr.
That's true.
Checkdown.
So, those are some things you might want to keep in mind when you're putting your parlay together. Stay away from the over/under. We like the Rams. Eat the points. Look at Kamara total receptions, and then also Williams. He's been tearing it up lately. I would like take Williams plus 60 yards or even plus 70 yards.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I would sprinkle in a little bit of receptions too. I would, if you get 2 to 3, I'd take it.
Yeah. So there's your little Thursday night parlay. I know some of you guys out there you want to bet on Thursday, you want to win on Thursday. So there you go. We're going to keep moving here. We have the Bengals up next, and they're going up to Blitzburg to play the Steelers. And now this game is it's going to be a game. You know what? These two get together, and it's rowdy, it's chippy, it's fun. I know I'll be watching. But let's check in with the football mom and see if there's any injuries.
Okay, Bengal-wise, we've got Jamar Chase, who suffered a shoulder injury, and he has been ruled out for Week 16.
Dang it.
You got Jake Browning, who in the last quarter suffered a little bit of forearm injury, but said he will play.
Wonder how that happened.
And on the Steelers side, you got Pat Fryermuth with a knee injury. He did participate in a full practice today and will play.
Go figure.
Okay.
Go
Hey,
figure.
Travis, I got a question for you.
I hope I got an answer.
With no spread, no anything, Steelers being at home, Bengals, Steelers, who wins this game? Just outright.
Well, I'm gonna have to go Bengals. I have to. They're both without a QB, but Bengals backup's looking a lot better.
Yeah, Browning is. Yeah,
Browning is looking nice.
we've seen Mason Rudolph play before.
Yeah,
Who?
that's what I'm saying.
Mason Rudolph.
Mason
That's
Rudolph.
the new starting quarterback
I
for
ain't
the
never heard.
Steelers.
I ain't never
I
heard
just
of
I
this
want
guy.
to give y'all a stat line.
Did he come from Florida Atlantic or
No,
something?
no.
He came in the game last week and went 2 for 3 for 3 yards.
Yeah, tearing it up,
Oh,
boys.
whoa,
Tearing
whoa,
it up.
whoa, whoa, whoa!
He's
burning,
killing
burning the
He's
stat
killing it.
line up.
So I didn't want to lock this game, and I actually I could see an avenue for both teams to win this, so I might stay away from it. I think overall like the Bengals a little bit better, just the way they've been playing recently. But you know how they do in Pittsburgh. They'll jump up when you don't see it coming. Mason Rudolph does get the start, but Browning and the Bengals have been moving the ball. The only problem I have in this game is Jamar Chase isn't going to play. And he really takes the top off of the defense. He keeps the safeties back, which allows them to run. It allows Higgins and them to come underneath the possession guys because, they can catch. They're going to hang on to the ball. And that really sets up the whole dynamic for their offense. And besides Burrow, I think even with Burrow, I think the real key to this offense is Jamar Chase, and that's why I have it as a toss-up. I don't know who's going to win this game. If I had to pick one, I'm going to have to say I like the Bengals here, but the Steelers at home are tough. You know what? I'm back and forth even as we speak. I'm going to take the Steelers at home.
And to touch on what you were saying, without the Bengals having the long ball, I see a lot of tight end work. I see a lot of screen passes out of the backfield. But I do think that T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd will be enough to
I
put
tell
them
you
over the
what,
top.
and exactly, I think y'all are missing the big
They're
point that
going to be playing small ball. this
we
week.
actually had the healthiest T. Higgins we've had all year last year. He actually accumulated 4 receptions for 61 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Now half of that was with Chase on the field,
And
but
that's
I mean,
the problem.
but he still had 8 targets. So I
He
think
had a nice. Did you see the spinning play where he turned and reached the ball over the goal line?
But
oh man, that was nasty.
I'm
It
thinking.
reminded me of myself. when I
But
was
see,
in the
I'm,
league.
I'm thinking that you're going to see different roles this week. I think you're going to see a Higgins in a Chase position to where you're going to get a 4 for 64 out of Higgins. Tyler Boyd is going to be your man to start this week. I would even, on a long shot, a Tanner Hudson, tight end coming up for the Bengals. He's been getting a lot of targets. He went 5 for 49 last week, and he caught a touchdown the prior week. But with Browning, I mean, that's 2 300-yard games back to back. He's putting up touchdowns. He's throwing a pick here and there.
Yeah.
But a big key in this game is Joe Mixon. Back to back weeks, the man has scored touchdowns. I mean, off 10 carries, 47 yards and a touchdown.
No,
Right now, I think Mixon is the guy to start on this team because I see a lot of running in this game.
yeah. Now, Brian, what about Browning? Can he win somebody a playoff game out there that maybe somebody that had Herbert who's out or something?
I could see it. I mean, he's a top 12 starter to me right now.
Yeah,
He's put up
okay.
300-yard games, which last week it was against the Jaguars, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, against the Vikings, those are 2 subpar defenses, but you're still in the NFL. If you're putting up a 300-yard game, you're doing good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No doubt. No doubt.
So, but
We've all been impressed with Browning. My whole thing, though, is Chase really makes this offense go. He keeps when he keep the safeties back. That's more room for the running back to run. That's more. You also draw on the eye of the safety or wherever the double team's coming, and then when everybody's looking at Chase, they're not looking at Higgins and Boyd. And I think that you would naturally want to think that their targets and their receptions are going to go up, but I think it might end up hurting them a little bit more than helping them.
I think on this, though, I think we can all sit here and agree that T. Higgins will be a number one receiver on someone's team next year, Kansas City Chiefs. I'm just going to throw that out there. But the Bengals ain't going to be able to afford to keep everybody.
I don't know that Higgins is a solid one, though.
Well, I think next year a lot of people's going to see it. But I think he's going to be able to do enough with Pittsburgh because I'm not mistaken. I think Mika got hurt last week. So that's going to take a big shot on them. They are going to be able to get pressure on Browning. But like Travis said with the screen game, I think you're going to see him get the ball out of his hands quick enough, which is going to open up the long ball.
Yeah.
And
so you hear it. Some of these Bengals players, you want to also it's kind of a toss-up on who's going to win here. So maybe stay away from it in your parlay unless you're hardcore. Brian's going Bengals. I'm saying Steelers. But
I want to sprinkle in one Steelers player.
Go ahead.
Deontay Johnson.
Johnson.
He's going to monopolize the targets. He's going to get them all. Well, with Freiermuth probably definitely being out, the running game is not worth. I think Warren's even a bench now.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I was thinking. The Steelers' offensive players, they're kind of a bust right now. When you need playoff win, I wouldn't trust it. Start someone else. And also stay away from it in your parlay.
Yes.
And that's going to push us right into the Bills game. And the Bills are going out to Los Angeles to play the Chargers. We're going to get into it, but first let's check on these injuries.
Okay, injury-wise, we got a little bang-up on tight end-wise. We got Dawson Knox with a wrist injury, and he pretty much isn't worth even rostering at this point. We'd lean more on Dalton Kincaid. He did get a shoulder injury, but only last week he only had 2 targets the whole game. Thank God for the run game.
Well, I think that was just with Knox being back on the field, you saw a lot. And I think Kincaid did come into that game a little banged up.
Yeah, he did.
And I did see quite a few drop balls by him, too.
You know what I like about it? This game, we're getting ready to find out who the Bills really are. And what I saw last week was a full commitment to the run game. And also Cook, he really did well. Can you imagine that? Imagine this. Instead of a guy who puts the whole team on his shoulders, makes 15 to 20 amazing plays a game and pushes you, wills you through to the victory. I mean, it sounds great, but you can't rely on that.
No.
But when you add a strong run game, and then now you want this guy, just make 3 to 5 plays a game.
He
now
threw the ball.
You're looking at something.
He threw the ball 15 times last week, and that's all. It's all it took.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to have Josh Allen throw for 400 yards to win a game. I think that they need to let that run game work. I think it will work against the Chargers. I know they're heavy on the pass rush, but I still feel like Cook is going to get this game. He's a good start.
And I loved it. I got 36 points.
I am a Josh Allen owner, and y'all will probably never hear this from me again. As a Miami Dolphins fan, Bills being in our division right now, the Bills are hot. The last 3 games, they had the Eagles, Chiefs, Cowboys. They beat the Cowboys. They beat the Chiefs. They should have beat the Eagles. They took them into overtime. They had the first drive. Gabe Davis ran the wrong route. They should have had the touchdown. They ended up with a field goal. Philly went down. Hurts had to be a fame whore and take it all. But let's just go with the Bills are hot right now.
Yes, and Brian, that is exactly the reason why I locked this game. I have the Bills what are the points? But eat them. Whatever they are, the Bills are going to run over the Chargers. The Chargers have nothing less than the gas tank. And if they're smart, their coach is gone, and they're going to try to get a good
right. Did you want to hear it? Chargers plus 12. 44 under right now.
12. That is a lot, but
it ain't for the Bills right now. I'll tell you that. As a Dolphins fan, I'm like, shit, they're coming.
Man,
they're
in the
coming.
NFL, that's a lot of points to eat. You know what? If you gamblers out there doing your deep parlays, maybe put that on the money line. But I still feel like with the Bills, you can kind of feel safe with that. It's still a lock money line, but also
I tell you though, with the backup
You
quarterback,
can't eat those points and survive.
with the backup quarterback and I was going to say San Diego guys, Los Angeles.
Well, a lot of their players are hurt.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm just looking with the backup quarterback. The Raiders took their foot off the gas last week and allowed the Chargers to put in 21 points at the end of the game. I wanted to say it was 42-0 at halftime, that Chargers game against the
Yeah.
Raiders. If they come to Buffalo with a game like that, it's not going to happen.
They gave up. Now, so eat the points. And also, Brian, the Bills are dangerous when they're desperate. And they're
they
desperate.
They are.
They need to win. They need this win a lot more than the Chargers. I think the Bills dominate.
I tell you this right now, though. I'm starting Diggs just where you got him. Yeah, you got to start him. I'm benching everybody else on the as far as the receiving.
Kincaid and everybody.
Yes, because for the simple fact, we all saw the running game killed it. You had Cook 25 attempts for
I see that
179
continuing.
yards.
I see
I
that.
do because it's a winning formula.
Yeah.
I hope
You
we
know,
don't. I play him
And
this
then
week.
and it really sucks for me. I'm in 3 playoff games. I got Josh Allen in 2 of them, and I am contemplating benching him off the performance they had last week.
Well, and who
because
do you have? Who are you going to replace him with?
I'm debating right now, but I honestly don't.
Jordan Love.
Oh no! I think I've got Jared Goff in one of them.
That would be a good replacement.
So I'm just looking at the numbers. 7
Well,
for
Lions
15.
play the Vikings, so that might be a.
So, but I'm looking at 7 for 15, 94 yards and a touchdown. But I mean, Josh Allen still had a rushing touchdown. He's probably gonna get you one of those a game. But I mean, and if you flip to the other side of the script, I mean, do we start Eckler?
I know.
I don't.
That is the
I
don't.
only
I'm
person.
actually benching him this week.
That
Yeah.
is the only person on the Chargers I can even think of. Palmer did put up a good game, 4 for 4 for 113 and a touchdown, but all that came in junk time.
Yeah.
Every
so-
bit of it. Every bit.
So look away from the Chargers when you're building your team or your parlay. Take the Bills and the points, and also Cook is going to be, especially your weekly lineup. Cook could be a primetime player if you get.
I'll
for
tell you
value,
what, if you
but-
got Cook and Kyron Williams on your team as a duo,
I know.
congratulations on that
Crazy.
championship.
So we're going to just keep moving. We've got up next the Browns and the Texans. This is in Texas, Houston, that is. We're going to get into it. I know we got some information about C.J. Stroud and the other ones, so let's find out about all these injuries.
Okay, C.J. Stroud is still in concussion protocol, but they said to listen closely to injury reports. If he's unable to make it, we got Case Keenum that will fill in. We got Nico Collins with a calf injury. He has 2 more chances to practice this week. If he's unable to go, we got Noah Brown to blow up again this week.
There you
Yeah.
He just went off, didn't he?
It's a Case Keenum effect.
Yeah, but did you
He's good for
get to
one
Tank
game.
Dell? Is Tank Dell still
Oh,
out?
yeah, Tank Dell.
Yeah, he's
He's
out.
out for the year, right?
Out for the year.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
He weak.
And then Brown-wise, there's no injuries.
The Brownies are back, boys.
Brian, this is going to bring us, folks, to our second lock of the week.
Yeah.
Lock it in. The Browns will take down the Texans in Houston. This game has no C.J. Stroud, no Tank Dell.
That high-powered offense is totally dismantled right now.
Yeah, and you know what the Browns have? They have Joe Flacco, baby. And Joe Flacco has carried this team. He came from mowing the grass out here to throw for 300 with the Browns. Okay? I'm a believer. I think the Browns have turned it around. And it makes you really wonder what New York's doing with the Jets when they hadn't had a quarterback all year, but everybody else can seem to find one but the Jets. So, anyway.
Dude, it almost makes you wonder about Baltimore. I mean, this man, back-to-back weeks, can throw over 300 yards. He's got 5 touchdowns.
He got hurt, and Lamar came in.
Oh,
and,
no.
and never
I'm
gave it up.
I'm just wondering throughout his career. I mean, he can do this right now with the Browns.
Yeah.
This is the Brownies, dog, we're talking about. So, but I'm looking, though, fantasy-wise, you have all kinds of fantasy players, I think, on the Browns. David Njoku.
Njoku?
Crazy.
Dude's been stepping up right now, I tell you.
He's one of the hottest tight ends in the game right now.
I mean, dude, he got double-digit receptions last week. This week, or 2 weeks ago, this week, he recorded 10 receptions, 104 yards, and a touchdown. All
That's it.
14 targets. Flacco loves him. And I think coming from the Ravens, they were basically a tight end team too, right?
Yeah.
So I think coming from that breed, like he's used to that. But I'm looking at running back. Ford didn't really have that good of a game last week, but he can definitely be trusted in this game. I think if you're looking at a flex wise, Amari Cooper really stepped up. 8 targets. He caught 4 of them for 109 yards and a touchdown. A lot of it came on that big 51-yard touchdown he had, though. I think a lot of people who picked up Elijah Moore off that 10-game reception a couple weeks ago are a little upset. But then I'm looking on the other side of the ball, and really Noah Brown really just impressed me. What do y'all think?
I think Noah Brown has earned a flex start if you need him. But also, it's the playoffs, so you want to take the risk sometimes, but you also don't want to risk. You don't want to bench your win.
No, you don't. But, I mean, if Nico's out, definitely. Dude got 11 receptions, 8 catches, 82 yards and a touchdown. Now, the running game, I think we really saw a change in pace here. Like Pierce is done right now. He had 1 carry for 3 yards versus Singletary, 26 carries.
Wow, yeah.
121 yards, and then I think he had the game-winning touchdown at the end. Am I correct?
Yeah, he did. And that's the thing, Brian. When you're looking at these, trying to win this playoff game, and you're like, who can I trust? Who can't I trust? I think that he is a solid play in the backfield for your fantasy team. And also, when you're looking at the Browns players, there's – they've been moving the ball. Dude. They've been moving.
I tell you, I'm starting this defense this week. I'm starting them Brownies all the way.
Yeah, and Njoku I think he'll probably have the most fantasy points in the game when it's said and done.
I think as these games are going, we're building our ultimate fantasy team. We have Williams, we have Cook, and we have Njoku at tight end right now.
Yeah, now Travis, you have or Brian, either one, you have an over/under in that game? Browns Texans.
Give me. I'm clicking on it right now.
The Texans is at home, but like I said, there's no C.J. Stroud. There's no Pop. They have a run game.
We have a 40 under right now. We got the Texans 2.5 points, plus 2.5 points.
40 under. I'll be honest. I don't know that the Texans are going to score more than 3 to 10 points on this Browns defense. So maybe look at that under, and with the Browns on the win, and eat the points too. So the next game we have up, Brian, is the Commanders at the Jets. Now, we're going to go up to New Jersey and play. It's going to be cold. I think I would have to check, but I think this is the game that I heard there might be snow.
It could be, yeah. I'm actually looking that up after we hear the injuries. I will definitely.
Yeah, so let's check in with the football mom and see about the injuries before we get into this snow.
All right, we got on the Commander side, we got Brian Robinson dealing with a hamstring injury. He has not participated in practice at all this week.
It is killing them right now.
So right now, if he's unable to go, you got Antonio Gibson and Chris Rodriguez to share the backfield.
That's Kentucky boy.
And then jet-wise, Zach Wilson is still in concussion protocol. Right now, we're looking at Trevor Siemian to start.
Oh, that's looking kind of bad right now. I'm just hoping that really the Jets can rebound from that 30-0 game against my Miami Dolphins. So I'm really looking at this, and I'm saying with as weak as the Commanders' defense is, I am definitely starting Breece Hall. If you're going to get a good game out of Breece Hall this year, this is the game to make it happen. With the Commanders getting rid of both of their defensive ends before the trade deadline, right now this is Breece Hall's game to have.
Yeah, and I think Breece has a big game, and also that's why I think the Jets might win this slop fest.
Oh, I could definitely see that because actually we have I think a new quarterback starting in Washington this week.
Yeah,
I think
Brissett.
Jacoby Brissett's coming in.
Yeah.
Hated him.
And actually, in the relief of Howell last week, the man came in through 8 for 10, 124 yards, 2 touchdowns, brought them within 8 points of competing with the Rams. And McLaurin owners right now are loving. They're just licking chops right now. 6 for 141 and a touchdown.
Now, Sauce Gardner's sitting over there. Do you think McLaurin's going to be able to put up those numbers this week, or?
Well, they can get McLaurin away from him because Sauce will not follow. He will not shadow. Sauce stays on one side of the field. So they can get McLaurin away from him. But in the same aspect, you're looking at Curtis Samuels recorded 2 touchdowns last week.
Yeah.
Samuels is a sneaky good flex play. I mean,
Yeah.
he has been week in, week out when he is healthy, and right now he is. And honestly, I'd stay away from this game.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to stay away from it. My parlay for sure.
I mean, if I had to pick somebody, I'm taking the defense in this, and I'd probably go
Yeah,
Jets.
I'm taking Jets with a big day behind Brees Hall. Maybe feel comfortable starting Brees Hall this game and Dotson. Right? Was it Johan Dotson?
No, I'm going
Samuels.
I'm going Samuels.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going McLaurin. I'm benching Dotson.
I got you. Okay.
Playoffs at this point, you do have a better.
Yeah.
You have a better go at it.
Yeah, and there's really not a whole lot to talk about here. Brian, I'll be honest with you. I'm ready to keep moving.
I'll move it on.
Let's keep moving. We got a Seattle up next, and they're going to Tennessee to play the Titans. And this could be a bounce back game, but we'll see. But let's check with these injuries.
Okay, Seahawks wise, Geno Smith is dealing with a groin injury, but he did have a full practice today, so that's a good sign. Titan wise, we got Will Levis dealing with a high ankle sprain, and he's on the wrong side of a question mark whether he will play or not. And then they have Ryan Tannehill in to save the day.
Oh, can Tannehill make a rebound?
I don't know.
I think that's Levis's job to lose.
Yeah, now
Tannehill's just
look, I
filling.
was moving my microphone and everything. I wasn't paying attention.
Levis is going to be out.
What about Geno Smith?
Honestly-
He had a full practice today.
Honestly, dude, I actually looked at a headline today that says that they may bench him for what's his name? Help me out here, guys.
I don't know.
Oh God!
gosh.
Here, I'm looking up stats. This is
Okay.
he came from Denver.
Now Seattle is tough on the run.
Drew Lock.
Oh,
Yeah.
Drew Lock. Yeah.
I guess the slaying and the beating of the Philadelphia Eagles has brought hope into the Seattle sideline, but I think they're just making a mistake. It's just a game.
Well,
I mean,
right. The main thing is here you want to do as they say, and you want to feed the studs. You got to get DK the ball. You've got to get a Walker the ball, and then and play good defense. And Seattle does have a good defense. To the Titans, they can be hit or miss sometimes on offense. Do you see Will Levis and company having a big day?
Well, Will's probably going to be out after taking that knee injury last week, so we're going to see
Oh, I didn't
Ryan.
even see that.
So we're actually
oh, yeah, he
we're
has
going
a
to
high ankle sprain.
yeah. So we're probably going to see Ryan Tannehill back in the game this week. So I look for a heavy load at the running game. I don't know if they're going to cut him loose in the pass game because Seattle's actually got a pretty good secondary. But if you look at this game last week against the Philadelphia Eagles, I think the key to that game was Walker's 19 carries for 86 yards and a touchdown. And really the emergence of the Smith-Njigba.
Yeah.
I mean, he has really started to bring it on, and you've seen Tyler Lockett's numbers go down since he's really been emerging. But I see actually a pretty good game in this. Seattle should take it easily.
Yeah. Now, I did not lock this game, Brian, but are you thinking I should, huh?
I'm thinking with Seattle has a sneaky good defense, their run game. I did like how they did shy away from Charbonnet last week, and
Yeah.
they really let Walker take the reins and run with it.
Yep.
And I think that was the difference of the game. Walker even added 3 receptions. He caught all 3 that he was targeted on for 26 yards. I think that's the key to the game. Seattle wins easily.
Okay. So, you know what?
I'll lock it for you.
Yeah, go ahead, lock it. Lock that.
Lockett.
Heads up, Dustin. Seattle all the way, bro.
Tyler Lockett.
So, Seattle wins. What's the spread there?
We talk it up real quick.
I have Seattle win a bounce back game with Geno Smith or Drew Lock at the helm. The Titans, they could muck it up and try to win a close one, but I just don't see it. I think Seattle wins. And what's the spread?
The spread's going to be the Titans plus 2.5. You got a 41.5 under. But going back to what you just said, I think the Titans' offensive line is just horrible. They cannot get the running game
Under
going.
3 is that's a no-brainer right there.
Exactly.
So
I agree, child. 2 snaps in the backfield, amazing.
this boy.
Walk all the way, bro.
So that our next game on the list is the Colts are going to Atlanta
I got a lot
play
to say
the
about this
Falcons.
game.
We're going to check in with the football mom and see if there's any injuries.
Okay, in the coach side, we got Michael Pittman, who has not cleared concussion protocol, so we'll need to monitor that going closer.
Well, I think
towards
everybody
the game.
saw that hit last week. The man
Right.
probably ain't playing this week.
He weak. That was
Bro got
he,
folded.
he barely got touched.
That bro got folded.
It was like a gust of wind just lightly breezed across.
Bro,
his
if
back.
I was NFL commissioner, that guy would not be playing the rest of the year. That hit him.
It was-
I don't know if y'all saw it. Dude got folded like an accordion.
Well, I'm more of a Tagliabue fan.
I'll tell
He was
you.
folded up like a lawn chair.
I think that's part of football. Fold him up.
Oh,
Yeah. Now, Brian, I kind
wait. Did we have any more, Mom?
Yes, we do.
Sorry, dude.
Y'all keep cutting me off.
Hey,
I had to throw that in because that was a gruesome hit.
dude,
Yeah.
y'all know better than to
Don't
mess
step
with
on Mama's
Yeah,
toes.
do not, under any circumstances, step on Mama's toes. Because I tell you what, she got a mean left hook.
Oh, I know about it.
Straight right too.
Yeah.
All right,
It's a two-piece combo.
We
She's
got
like, "Shut
Zach
up."
Moss. You know how he hurt his arm earlier in the year and didn't play much. Well, he was a non-participant in practice because he hurt that arm again. So,
I did hear he's trending on playing though.
well, as of right now, it says he's in danger of playing.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
So watch that, folks. See if he just needs one practice.
Hold
One
up.
practice.
Trey Simeon,
He's
boys.
in danger of not playing.
Oh, I was like, hold on, what?
So is there anybody else?
No, Falcons-wise, there's no injury on
That's a
that
good
side.
pickup, Miller.
Okay.
Thanks for the clarification, boys, because I was plum confused.
So this game, Brian, I have as a stay away game, a toss up. I could see it going either way. Brian, what's the running back, the rookie, Robinson? He
Bijan.
hasn't been doing well.
Bijan.
The Falcons really, as an offense, haven't been moving the ball that well. But the Colts, if they can come with a strong run game against a tough Falcons defense, I think they can win this game. But it's one of those things you're better off just to stay away from in your parlay.
Wow.
Brian, who do you like here? Is there any fantasy guys that might help somebody win a playoff game?
I'll tell you what, I'm taking the Colts all the way in this game. If I was on the side of locking right now, I'm locking in the Colts. The Colts right now, they're looking at they're actually tied with the Jacksonville Jaguars right now. On top of that division at 8-6. Right now, they're just hungry.
Yeah.
Gardner Minshew. Okay, the man is worth starting right now. He'll run in touchdowns. He's averaged 3 touchdowns a game the last 2 games, over 200 yards,
Yeah.
which isn't breaking the bank as far as
Are you
passing
saying he's
yards.
a dual threat?
He is.
I'm saying he's a triple threat when you count that mustache.
Oh, yeah, I like it. Let's add in, let's sprinkle in a little bit more. If we've got Pittman out of the game, who do you think they're going to? Mo Alley Cox.
He did have
Touchdown in the last 2 games. Joshua Downs, am I saying that right?
Downs. Yeah.
Downs is his game is really going to step up. Montgomery actually came in last week after Pittman went out. He recorded 2 receptions, 48 yards and a touchdown. You flip it to the other side of the ball against the Panthers last week.
That's the Panthers, though.
I know, and they took a loss 9-7. And you're looking at this right now. Tyler Algier outran Bijan Robinson 14-7 on carries.
Yeah.
Now, right there shows me that the organization is not trusting in him, which I'm seeing them clean house this year. Blank he's just not going to put up
In
with
London, he didn't do anything last week either. He was supposed to be.
Well, actually, I think we're going to see Tyler Heineke should get the start this week. Mm-hmm. And with him, London was a lot better as far as getting targets, receptions. I think Pitts was a really good start during that era, which I know he went out with a injury. But
So, Brian, maybe if you have a quarterback that's hurt and you can pick up a Minshew, that's good. But
hey, I just want to say
is
it.
Drake London the start here for a guy that needs a fantasy win out of this game?
I mean, if you're looking at him as a 2 to 3 wide receiver, maybe a flex, yeah, I'm starting him. But I think really you're
Who
looking
has the most fantasy points in this game that's not a quarterback?
Oh, that's not a quarterback. it's going to be spread around. If Zach Moss plays, he's definitely going to be. But I would probably say London should have the most.
Yeah.
He should. With
So maybe avoid
with Tyler
this game
Heineke.
if you can.
But, I mean, I would actually remember we were talking about Josh Allen earlier.
Yeah.
Minshew is his backup in one of my leagues, and I'm thinking about starting Minshew in this game over Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Whoa, don't let the mustache fool you.
No, I'm just saying. The man's been putting up over 20
But
points a
also
game.
Pittman's not there either, and he was the real deep threat.
Let's just hope he runs the ball anymore.
Yeah.
And
Well,
if Zach
so-
Moss is out,
Well,
take off
boys.
mustache.
I'm going to get down to brass tacks on this one. I'm going with the Colts. I see Peyton Manning and Marvin Harrison going for probably at least 3 touchdowns. I think they're going to make some connections.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like 1998 all over again.
Hey, you know there might be a Marvin Harrison in the pros next year.
Oh,
Oh,
I
yeah?
did hear about that.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
He's looking to be
Junior.
big
He's
in
top
dynasty
3
leagues.
pick in the draft right now.
Is he a wide receiver?
His name is Marvin Harrison Jr.
Junior.
Oh.
Sucks for guys in
Seems like
dynasty
I've-
leagues who done traded
It
their
seems
picks
like-
away.
Seems like I've heard that name
Yeah.
before.
So Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning aren't playing, but there are a couple things to eye here. You do have Mo Alley Cox getting some looks, maybe a Downs, but I wouldn't trust it. Really, London should have a bounce back game, but this is just going to be a toss up, and I would stay away from it in your parlay. And honestly, if you had other players to put in your fantasy lineup, I might do that too.
I do think Pitts is worth a look this week because I'm thinking about starting him over Ferguson for the Cowboys.
Ooh.
So I'm throwing that out there.
I wouldn't do that because the Dolphins are likely to get up, or at least they're going to be throwing. The Cowboys are going to feel pressure to throw.
It's the Dolphins' linebacking core is pretty tough. The safety's coming up to help. I think Cowboys going to have a rough day.
Okay. So let's keep moving past this Colts game because I'll be honest, I don't even want to watch it. But the Colts are more desperate. They need to win. They have a chance to steal this division, and but they have to keep winning. But either way, the next game we have is the Packers are going to go to Carolina to play the Panthers. And we're going to break it down, but first let's check in with the injury report.
Okay, we got on the Packers side, we got A.J. Dillon, who's dealing with a broken thumb. They said he did practice today, and he will play this weekend. Also, we got Christian Watson dealing with a hamstring injury, and he's still up in the air on whether he's going to play Week 16. But if he doesn't, you got Romeo Dobbs, Jaden Reed, and Wicks are the 3 wide receivers they'll be relying on. Panthers-wise, no injuries.
Right. So Green Bay is on the road here, but Carolina, they can't seem to win a game to save their life. And honestly, if they're tanking for Williams, I don't blame them. That's why I have this game as a lock. I think the Panthers have lost anything to play for, and the Packers, they have a chance. They're still trying to make moves in their division, and in their mind, they can get a wild card, and possibly even if the Lions just fold up, they have a chance to take this division.
I hear that. I'm looking at a lot of actually fantasy players in this game.
Okay,
but
let's hear
but it's all coming from the Packers side of the ball. I think we're past the Adam Thielen.
Before you get, I was going to
Yeah,
ask you
for
that. What
real.
about Hubbard and Thielen? Are they worth a look?
Hubbard's trending right now as a flex play.
Thielen's been flat.
Dude, Thielen has just disappointed and
For
disappointed.
the last 4 weeks.
Yes, and I mean he started out so hot. He started
Yeah.
in the top 5 probably in the first 8 weeks, and he has just fell apart. I think teams are picking up on that, and they're telling the Mango, the rookie, to really step up in his spot, and he cannot do it, which they actually was able to last week, taking down the Falcons. But we're looking at the Green Bay side of the ball. Jordan Love's been playing out of his mind.
Yeah.
He really has, and we're looking at them right now, probably at an 8-6. At this point, they're just about playing spoiler right now. They're barely on the outside of the, outside of the playoffs right
Yeah.
now. They have to have a lot of chips fall into place to get them going. But if you look at Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon coming back, they get their dual threat in the backfield back this week.
Now, say if you got a call about a guy that said, hey, I've got Kyler Murray this week, or should I start Jordan Love? You start Jordan Love?
I'm starting Jordan Love.
Okay.
I would
Because,
too.
I mean, if you look at the Falcons game last week, Ritter really just is he really a starter in the NFL? No.
No.
So Jordan Love's proven to everybody right now that he is a starter. He's putting up multiple touchdowns. But I'll tell you, one of the big starts is Wicks.
You know,
Right now, Wicks, he got 7 targets, bro, for 6, and he caught 6 of those for 97 yards. He did not get a touchdown. I think he dropped one in the end zone, but right now he's one of the hottest players.
Yeah,
on
that's
the Green Bay
16
Packers.
points right there all day.
I mean, he's one of the hottest players right now on the Green Bay Packers. I mean, he's the one getting all the catches because everybody's trying to lock up Reed. Dobbs, really, he's an afterthought. So Reed and Wicks right now, I'd start them. Aaron Jones, I'd probably bench A.J. Dillon.
Yeah. Travis, what do you say?
you know, Jordan Love was an absolute surprise. I did not think he was going to pan out at the beginning of the year. A few people were picking him in leagues, and I'm laughing at him.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just like, what are you doing? Why would you? But he's panned out. And
Yep.
I tell you, the Packers are looking nice. They've been, as far as I'm concerned, they've been one of the biggest surprises in the league this year.
Yeah, there was a guy in
100%.
one of our drafts that drafted him, and we all laughed, didn't we?
And you know what?
Now we have egg on our face.
Then
I'm playing him in a divisional game this week. So
that same guy used Jordan Love to beat the absolute brakes off of me, and I was not happy.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
So, Brian, I think we've covered the fantasy part.
Are you locking this?
I did. I locked the Packers. Take it. Eat the points all day. Last time I checked, what is it, Brian?
Did you say fantasy?
Yes.
Okay.
It's your fantasy. Okay, sorry.
Panthers plus 4.5, and we got a 41.5 under right now.
I like it at 4.5. I like it. Take the Packers. Eat the points. No big deal. I think you add that in your parlay, feel pretty good about it. And we're going to move to the next game, which is Detroit Lions are going to go to the Vikings in Minnesota, Minneapolis, and we're going to break it down. This is a lock, but first let's check in with the football mom and see about these injuries.
All right. Well, surprisingly enough, there's no injuries on either side.
Oh, I like it.
Okay. Now, Brian, the Lions, I feel like they're going to have a bounce-back game. It's going to be a big win, maybe even a blowout. Mullins is getting a start over Dobbs in Minnesota. And with Jefferson being back, I know Detroit can be exposed on the back end in the secondary a little bit, but I still feel like this is a Detroit win. I think it's easy. I don't know what the over-under is, but I might eye the over if it's somewhere
Well, we're
under
looking.
40.
I think we're looking right now. It's a 47 right now.
47. Oh, shoot.
And you
That's
got
way off.
you got the Vikings right now at a 3.5 plus. I do like your pick on the Lions, but I could see an upset in this game.
Yeah.
I mean, if we really break down the numbers right now, Mullins is going to get the start again this week. Threw over 300 yards for 2 touchdowns. Addison went nuts.
Yeah.
He caught all 6 of the balls at him for 111 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jefferson, I don't know if you want to call him quiet. He had 10 targets. He caught 7 of them for 84 yards. Addison had the big day. Hawkinson, he's still hanging around there. And those were their main targets. The run game, though, Ty Chandler, where did he come from? Daniel, I hope you're listening. Where did Ty Chandler come from?
I don't know.
I'm just saying, okay.
Oregon
got
State.
loose.
I'm just saying, like who saw this coming in this game? 23 carries, 132 yards, and a touchdown. And he added in some receiving as far as 3 for 25. The man just went nuts, but I do not think it's going to be enough for those Lions.
Detroit can be stiff on the run. The biggest weakness is the secondary. I do see a good game from some of these Viking receivers, but also I really like St. Brown in this game. I really like Laporta in this game, and also running back
Gibbs.
Dave
Gibbs,
Montgomery or
golly.
Jameer Gibbs.
Well, I like Gibbs in this game because of the passing element, but also he's going to get carries, especially off tackle. I mean, he's got some wheels.
I don't like hearing that, Dave. I need
It's-
Dave Montgomery to put up 30 this week.
Good luck with
Yeah,
that, bro.
yeah,
As far-
have fun with that.
I know
Gibbs.
it's been several
wouldn't-
weeks.
I'm just
but
saying, Gibbs, bro. By
Call-
next year, it's going to be the Gibbs show. All
Yeah,
the way.
I wouldn't bet it. I wouldn't bet on Montgomery
Well,
this week.
well,
But
I mean-
what I would bet on
I have to.
is Detroit to win this game. Brian, what's the spread over there?
Right now, we got a plus 3.5 for the Vikings. And then,
Okay.
we got a 47 right now.
Anything under 4 is easy. I like that. if it was more than that, I might take concern. But I like the Lions here. Eat the points. I know the Vikings have shown a little fight lately, but Aiden Hutchinson is really. I think he's going to pressure the quarterback Mullins, and I don't know that he's going to put up 300 this week. I wouldn't bet on it.
I just want to show a little love for the numbers, too. Numbers don't lie. Gibbs averaging 9.1 yards per carry. Montgomery 5, which is still good.
Yeah.
5 yards per carry is really good.
9 is wild.
But, I mean, if you look at the Gibbs had a long of 34. I mean, Gibbs is just explosive.
Yeah.
The
What
man is
about
crazy.
Laporta?
Oh, dude.
Come on.
I mean, I think everybody saw that last week. 3
Yeah.
touchdowns. The man is top 3 tight end next year, boys. What do y'all think?
Yeah, you know what? Preseason, I know it never aired. None of y'all ever heard it, but I did call Sam Laporta as a rookie coming in. Nobody hadn't even played his first game
I tell you
yet.
what. I just want to say I'm in 7 leagues and I own him as my starting tight end from the beginning of the season in 4 of them.
I'm gonna
Nice,
vet Dave.
nice.
I'm gonna vet Dave in the draft. He mentioned Sam Laporta multiple times.
Yeah.
I synced it with my own
You
two
waited.
eyes.
You waited
Oh,
too
believe me,
long.
Hey, you can
waited
trust me,
too
folks.
long.
I'm not lying to you.
And
We out here
Brian
doing
got a
something.
hold of him.
I heard it with my own 2 ears, folks.
We're
He-
winning. We're winning.
Now, to touch on what everybody else is saying, I'm going Detroit too. You know,
You know Eddie Murphy ain't on the team. though.
Jameer Gibbs, David Montgomery. That's a beautiful combo in the backfield.
Yeah.
Porta, Sam Laporta. Obviously, what'd you say? 3 touchdowns last
Yes.
week.
Yeah.
On fire. I absolutely love the Lions right now. Maybe it's the Barry Sanders in me from the 90s.
Yeah.
But I want to see the Lions get a championship. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to make a prediction.
Go ahead. Do it. Do
And
it.
it's a wild one.
I
It's
got
a
you.
wild one. Jared Goff goes down.
Eddie Murphy
Teddy
comes
Bridgewater.
in. Beverly Hills
oh.
Cop solved the
Oh,
crime.
God.
He's
Teddy?
going to bring Teddy in it.
Teddy Bridgewater
He did
wins a Super Bowl before he retires.
This ain't Nick Foles,
This-
bro.
okay,
This
okay.
ain't Nick Foles.
I told you it was a wild one. I told
I
you,
love
brace
this
yourselves,
guy.
boys.
Hey, I'd make that bet
That's
in
a
Vegas.
that's a
over there.
Louisville fan.
That's
in
maybe I'm being a little facetious there, but
You could buy a house with the winnings off that bet for $2 in Las Vegas.
nothing would please me more than to see the Lions win the Super Bowl. Even though I'm a
Oh,
Dolphins
God.
fan,
I think everybody would love that.
yeah,
Yeah.
they've deserved it for so long. They deserved
Barry,
it. when Barry was there.
Megatron,
I got some people
Herman
out there
Moore.
in Michigan. What's
I
up?
tell you what, I will say is I think Barry Sanders would be. He's probably sitting there a little upset that the organization didn't put the same caliber players around him.
No, I think it's the coach.
Oh yeah,
that's
I do
possible.
like their coach. I do
100%.
like their
The coach.
coach.
Organization means everything.
The
Now-
coach brought all of that. to
Now I
him.
think we've kind of touched all corners in that game. We're gonna keep moving. We have the Jags are going down to Tampa, Florida, to play the Buccaneers. Now, Brian,
That's a good game right here.
I wasn't gonna like it either. Maybe I will later. I don't know. We're gonna figure that out. But before we do, let's hear the injuries from the football mom.
do it.
Okay, Jaguars side, we've got Trevor Lawrence still in concussion protocol.
She got Simeon on her mind.
Oh, come on.
I'm just playing go.
Okay.
So I don't get rattled.
I'm sorry. Go
So
ahead.
let's, we'll have to monitor his
Too many
progress
Elijah
as far
Craigs.
as this weekend goes with Trevor. Zay Jones is dealing with a hamstring, and he has not participated in practice this week. He's struggling pretty hard. You may want to pick better options, even if he does play, is what they're saying. Buccaneers-wise, there's no injuries.
Now I have a question for you, real quick,
That's
before we
gonna
get off
hurt.
the injuries. Now, football mom, when was the last time you grounded Brian?
Well, baby, he's 40 now.
It's
so
been
it's
been a little bit.
while.
It's been a little. I think it's about time to ground him again. I mean, you do
She
a
just-
smile like that.
She keeps throwing it out there. I'm just like, Mom, stop.
You want me to get him for you? Because
You
I
sure
will.
can.
I
Go
will.
ahead, baby.
Okay. So we, Jacksonville hasn't been doing her thing so much with Kirk being out. I think he really adds an element to that. But they can run the ball. They do play good defense. I see the Buccaneers showed some fight last week with Baker Mayfield and Godwin went off. Evans had a decent game, but Godwin really did his thing. And do you think that continues, Brian, or is this going to be a toss-up?
I think it's really a toss-up. I think there was a lot of talk around, is Godwin still there? And I actually heard that in pregame. Is Godwin still the man? He's not getting a lot of targets, which it did show in that game. He got 10 catches for 155 yards. Evans still showed up, but I think the key to the Bucs is White. Rashad
Yes.
White. I mean, he is really just stepping up. And I think in a lot of fantasy leagues, we all looked at him like, it's Baker Mayfield. It's
Hated it.
it's the coaching staff. It's all that. He's just I didn't see enough after who was our running back with him last year? Leonard Fournette.
Yeah.
Fournette monopolized the whole backfield, and we didn't get to see a lot of him. But he added 2 catches for 50 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, I think the foreskin overshadowed him all
Yeah.
year.
So now,
He did.
for the gamblers out there, you can take this to the bank. You can almost get a anytime touchdown out of White like every single week.
Oh yeah.
That is.
I tell you what, between him and Evans, you can almost lock up on this game.
Yeah.
I put a $2.50 bet in last week, banked out on 97, just off yards and love on Green Bay in their game last week. It was a great game, and the Bucs really took down a good Green Bay Packers team.
Yeah. So, do you think that Godwin can continue, or does he going to make somebody start lineup this week in the playoffs, or should he be a one and done
He's
bust?
definitely flex worthy. I think as far as a flex play, he's probably going to put up half of those numbers. He might get you 5 for 75. I see a big bounce back for Evans this week. As far as I don't see the Jacksonville Jaguars having corners that can shut Evans down.
Yeah.
But I do still see a lot of the run game. Your numbers as far as Baker Mayfield, 381 yards, 4 touchdowns last week, that's not going to repeat.
Yeah.
Let's cut that in half. But I do see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking them down because right now, if you look at both of these teams, they're both in a stalemate with the number 1, number 2 in their divisions. You got the Buccaneers at 7-7, tied with the Saints at 7-7, which are playing the Rams. Rams are going to take them down easy. I see the Bucs winning this game. I see the Colts winning their game because they're tied with the Jacksonville Jaguars at 8-6. Colts are going to take over that division. Jacksonville will lose this game.
Oh, now, let me ask you, though, for your fantasy guys out there in the playoffs, can you get anything out of Ridley in this game or Ingram?
I think we've been grasping for straws at Ridley, and I think it's coming few and too many apart that he cannot be trusted. I think ETN is still a good play in this game. If Lawrence plays, I'm probably benching Lawrence. Right now, I'm starting ETN and I'm starting Evan Ingram.
Okay, yeah.
And I would bench Ridley. I mean, if I had to go for a wide receiver on this squad, I'd probably go Zay Jones.
Okay. Yeah, I like that, and I'm gonna stay away from this in my parlay as well. This game is kind of a toss-up, could go either way. But I think both of us kind of agree the Bucs are the pick here if you're gonna feel so inclined.
Are we locking it?
No, I'm not gonna lock it.
I'll lock it with you, dog.
I don't want to lock it. I'm scared. I'm scared.
I just want all listeners know I'm on the verge of locking.
I know, but Debo come. I got to tuck my chain.
All right.
So our next game is the Cards, or the Cards. I'm used to saying that, huh? The Arizona Cardinals are going to go to Chicago in the cold weather and play the Bears. Now, before we break it down, let's check in with the football mom and see if there's any injuries.
Okay, Cardinals-wise, we got Hollywood Brown dealing with a heel injury. If he's unable to go, we got to rely on Rondell Moore and Michael Wilson and Greg Deutsch to serve as the 3 running backs available. And then Bears-wise, there's no injuries.
Yeah. Now, Brian, I did not want to lock this, but I thought about it.
I think
the
this
Bears
is a hard
are
line.
on fire right now.
I think both teams.
The Bears are putting up numbers.
Yeah.
Field, they're getting something out of Fields. These receivers are coming through. With the running games coming through, the defense is doing better than you thought they would. And I feel like the Bears are going to win this game. They're at home. They're in the cold weather. This ain't Arizona. They're going to get the big coats out. And I think the Bears march. What do you say?
I see an improvement out of both of these teams. And just the reason saying with you said Fields, I think Fields' job is safe. I don't think they're going to be looking for a quarterback. He's very much improved.
Marvin Harrison.
And I see a lot of these running backs
Junior.
that's really stepping in for the Bears. Wide receiver-wise, they're getting open. Fields is finding them. But if you look on the Arizona side of the ball, a lot of people probably threw in the towel for Arizona. But you look at Kyler Murray and the numbers he put up against the 49ers last week. They really hung with the 49ers for 3 quarters.
Yeah.
And that's saying a lot for the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah.
Not having a lot of defense. You took the running game. You had Connor, 14 carries, 86 yards, and a touchdown, along a 44 against a strong run defense in the 49ers. So you see both of these teams emerging, and you see with Arizona, as far as when they are at full capacity, I could see them really being a threat in the future. But honestly, I'm taking Arizona in this game.
Really? Okay. Well, let me ask you this: the fantasy-wise, is the star of this game McBride?
It really is. I mean, he's really taken over in Arizona as far as any quarterback that's playing there. I mean, even when Dobbs was there, everybody saw McBride emerge. He had 11 targets for 10 catches, 102 yards. I mean, out of a tight end.
Yeah.
I mean, you are still in the still in the show right there.
Yeah, but you
That's
know what?
Travis
There's
Kelce
a tight end
numbers.
on the other side too. That Cole Kmet has been playing well.
He has.
And this game, I did not want to lock it because I did pick the Bears. Brian picked the Cardinals. I could see it going either way. That's why I did not want to lock it. And I
Do
might
we
stay
need a
away from this.
tiebreaker? Travis, what do you got? Bears or Cardinals, bro?
All I've
Bears
got-
are at home.
Bears are at home.
Man, y'all caught me with my pants down. I was over here.
I just want to let you know. Last week they both played the number 1, number 2 defenses. Bears was 17-20.
Bears,
against-
Cardinals.
Travis over there Googling
Well-
Kathy Ireland swimsuit.
He is. I swear.
This guy.
Caught me dead to rights, boys.
Guarantee
She
it.
caught me dead to rights.
I seen it on his computer.
Woo, Kathy Ireland was the best thing smoking in '96. Son.
I tell you what, everybody looked at. Who was the other one?
Carmen Electra, bruh.
Cindy Crawford.
Cindy Crawford, yeah.
She was all right, but
Hey, she
Kathy
had that-
Ireland, all the
Man.
guys in the
Football,
90s know
boys,
about
Let
it.
me tell you something about Cindy
They
Crawford.
all know
though.
about it,
Let
though.
me tell you something about Cindy
Fair
Crawford.
games is what you're going to talk about.
Let me tell you something about Cindy Crawford. She had that sexy little mole just above her lip.
dude.
I don't even know what it was. It's
She
like,
didn't have green eyes though.
man,
Anyway,
man.
All right,
But
let's
either way,
get back. Let's get.
I'm going Bears. Hands down, I'm going Bears.
Chicago.
All right, wait.
My grandparents would be proud.
2-1. I'm gonna bring Mom in this. Mom, Bears, Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Oh, 2-2. We
I
gonna
see what he
a
did
little
there.
controversy. I brought it
See
in.
what he did there.
Controversial.
So I feel like DJ Moore's a good start here. Cole Kmet's a good start. When you're looking at the running game for the Bears, I don't know that you have something you can get behind.
No, you can't.
And with the Cardinals, you want to start McBride for sure.
And Connor.
Connor,
and James Conner
Yeah,
would be a
100%.
solid start too as well.
Well,
So
I want to add in one more thing.
go ahead.
Hollywood Brown, no targets, no catches last week.
Yeah,
What happened? Did he just completely get shut down by Ward?
yeah.
Okay, all
For
right.
sure.
I mean, is he worth starting this week? What do
No.
you all think?
I wouldn't start him. I don't trust it because I want to win a playoff game. I can't get behind that.
All right, I want to throw that in because that's actually a big thing because I mean he spread the ball around to I'm looking at 11 different targets.
And that's the other problem. That's the Patrick Mahomes effect. You know, when the Tom Brady used to do that. When you throw it to 15 guys, you know, it's hard for any of them really to go off. So, but anyways,
I think it's got a lot to do with that heel injury he has too. I think they used him more as a blocker.
Who's that?
Marquise Brown.
Oh,
Yeah.
you think just kind of a decoy?
Yeah, I think that's how they
think
used
so?
him last week because with the heel injury, you just can't move around that fast.
yeah,
I got you.
he's little though.
I can't wait till this next game. Are we going to go into it?
Yeah, we're gonna go. You know what? Let's go into it. We're gonna get into it, y'all.
Britt,
Listen,
you going to hear this
we
one.
going Dallas Cowboys. We going Miami Dolphins. With the Dolphins at home, this is a big one, y'all. I don't even have to tell you. But before we get into it, let's check in with the football mom and see about these injuries.
All right. Offensively with the Cowboys, they do not have any injuries, but defensively they have a few. But our main target that we're watching for is with the Dolphins and Tyreek Hill. still has that ankle injury. He hasn't practiced at all this week, but he only needs to log in one practice. We know how Tyreek is.
I got you. But I know Mom don't touch on a lot of defensive players, but I think Xavier Howard, I think he's trending on being out, but he may play. Game time decision on that. What do you got on this one, Dave?
Now, I did not want to lock this game. Listen, y'all, I realize some of my locks this week are pretty weak, okay? I got the Bills beating the Chargers, right? And I don't have to tell you that. So I feel like I had to go to it a little bit, and I wanted to lock this game. The Cowboys have been playing great, except when they're on the road. And last time I checked, Miami is not close to Dallas. So I have, believe it or not, I have the Dolphins winning this game, and I'm going to lock it, Brian.
I like it.
Lock it in. I gotta show you my fortitude here, if you will. I've got this all day. Dolphins. I do want to take the points and put this in my parlay. I feel comfortable with the Dolphins winning this game because the Cowboys, I don't know what it is, but when they're at home, you get a different Dak Prescott. When they're at home, you get a different defense. I think the crowd really rallies behind them. They're comfortable at home, obviously. But in Miami, it's going to be hot. The speedboats are fired up. They're ready to go. I don't know that Bland and Gilmore can hang with this receiving core of the Dolphins. And honestly, I like both running backs this game, but if I'm leaning towards one, I'd have to say Mostert.
I'm going to say Dave. I get really excited about the Dolphins. All right. Look, you're looking at the fastest team ever in the NFL right now. Recorded, on record, fastest team ever. But I'm going off last week. A lot of people ain't looking at the Miami Dolphins winning 30-0 against the Jets as a big victory. It's the Jets, right? The Jets got a top 5 defense.
Yeah.
I want to let everybody know.
They do.
Jets got a top 5 defense.
Losing record, but top 5 defense.
Exactly. But we did not have Tyreek Hill. Right now, that glass jaw got tested, right? That without Tyreek Hill, the Miami Dolphins can prevail. Okay, so we're looking right now. Raheem Mostert, he did get 15 carries, 2 touchdowns, but Waddle stepped up in a big way.
Yeah, he did
8
get penguin
catches.
Waddle, didn't he?
Yes, he did. 8 catches. He had the owner doing the penguin. He did. I'm just saying. 8 catches, 142 yards, and a touchdown. And I mean, everybody else contributed in that. A chain, he recorded 32 yards rushing. They tried to get him in at the end of the game. I think he is the receiving back of the team. But I'm looking at the numbers last week of the Cowboys.
A-Chain can find a crease, though, every now and then.
Oh, he can. And I tell you what, just looking at the Cowboys' numbers last week as far as the run game, pass game, they just looked horrible. The Buffalo Bills they mapped out the blueprint on how to beat the Dallas Cowboys, and that is with the running game. And,
yeah. Well, McDermott's a defensive coach. I mean,
it is. And it's hard to say, but I see the running backs, a chain. I see Mostert just going nuts this week. You're going to sprinkle in some Hill. But there is fantasy players to be had in this game.
And what's the over-under? It's got to be over 50, right?
I have got the Dolphins right now at 1.5 at home. So we're looking at
What's
4.5.
the over-under?
You're looking at 50.
50, okay.
And that could easily be hit. I mean,
Yeah.
I honestly, I see this being a good game.
It's going to rain all day.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to go running game against running game.
Yes.
What are you taking, Dave?
I'm going to go with the Dolphins still. They know how to swim in the water. But the thing is, with the rain,
Shut the front door.
with the rain, what you might not realize is when it's raining, it does slow down the pass rush.
Yeah.
And I don't know that Parsons is going to be able to get to Tua like he might normally would. I still see the Dolphins running wild here. And
if I'm not mistaken, I think Tua's got the fastest release time in the NFL.
You know, boys, they also got those gloves that allow you to catch that ball real, real good. I think that's going to aid them Dolphins because I know they're used to playing in the water.
That's it. But look, I'm not going to say that Tyreek Hill's speed and Waddle's speed.
What's a Tyreek's Hill?
It makes Tua get that ball out really, really quick because he gets to the point to where he needs to be. And at 1.5 seconds, I think he's going to get the ball out. And I don't think they're going to be able to get to him.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be a close game, but I'm taking the Dolphins.
And
myself.
yeah, the Dallas has a losing record on the road, so I feel like you can take the Dolphins here with the points. Put that in your parlay. And I think we touched on there's going to be points at plenty here. So start all your main key guys. I mean,
100%.
So we're going to keep moving. We have the Patriots are going to go to Denver and play the Broncos. Before we get into it, let's check in with the football mom, see about all these injuries.
Okay, Patriots-wise, we got Ramondre Stevenson dealing with that high ankle sprain. He has not practiced at all this week. I think he's having a lot more issues than people really thought. I mean, high ankle sprains are so hard to diagnose when you're going to return. So
100%.
right now, that just leaves wide open for Zeke, baby.
I think Ramondre Stevenson will get back in there this
I
week.
don't
I'm
know.
hoping.
Yeah, I hope he does, but still said the signs aren't looking good.
No,
So
that sucks.
Yeah.
it's more on the not playing side right now.
Yeah. Now, Brian, Patriots can't move the ball that well. Does Zeke Elliott still have a good game, though? Would you feel comfortable starting him against the Broncos here?
I really would. He did put up a subpar game last week.
Yeah.
11 carries, 25 yards. He didn't record. I mean, he did record 5 catches for 21 yards. So,
Did his bubble burst 2 weeks ago?
It really did, but the Chiefs' defense is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, I think really the Chiefs' weakness is guarding the tight end, which Hunter Henry took advantage of with the 7 catches, 66 yards, and a touchdown. Zappy really wasn't what he was the week before, and it was really surprising because I'm taking Pittsburgh's defense over KC's, but
Only Zap I know is Roger.
that's it. But
No,
I'm
it's
not for
Roger
sure.
and Zap.
But I see a big bounce back on the Broncos this
Yeah.
week. 100%.
Yeah, I do too, Brian. I have this as I was going to lock it, but I could really see the Patriots kind of muddying up this game, so I didn't want to go that route. So I might stay away from it in my parlay.
I definitely would in this one because, I mean, if you look at that game last week, the Broncos ran into a Lions team that was just crazy, just ready to win. I mean, Goff went off for 5 touchdowns. It kind of reminds you back of that Week 3 game, that 70 burger that they got put up on them. But they just really – I think the Broncos shied away from the run game, which really hurt them in that game. The Lions jumped on them too quick.
Yeah.
And they shied away from the run game, which is what the Broncos are about, which opens up the pass.
Yeah.
But
and
I
that is
think
one thing the Patriots are well at shutting down, and that's why this game could get muddied up.
it could, but I think Cortland Sutton's still a solid play in this. Jerry Jeudy, don't let the numbers fool you last week, the 3 for 74. You're not going to get a lot of that. Williams is still worth a grab because of the volume of carries.
Yeah.
He's going to get it for you. But Wilson's creeping in the top 12 as far as a start. So
Yeah.
I can see it.
Okay, well, look, we're going to get to the No, wait, is there 2 Monday games, right?
There's
One.
So we have
2.
We have 2 Monday games this week. We're going to run down to the Raiders. They're going to go down to Kansas City and play the Chiefs. Now, this game is going to get a little cray-cray because one of these teams scored 63 points last week. I'm not going to tell you which until after we hear from the football mom of these injuries.
Actually, there's 3 games Monday. You got a 1 o'clock, a 4:30, and an
Yeah.
evening
Where's those Niners at? I'm looking for them on my page. I can't find them.
8:15, baby. They're the night game against the Ravens.
All right, so we're going with right now what?
Giants and the Eagles. Well, the Raiders and the Chiefs are at
Raiders
1
and Chiefs.
o'clock.
Okay, so what's our injuries on that one right now?
Okay, Raiders-wise, we got Josh Jacobs dealing with a leg injury, but he should be back to play Week 16.
I tell you what, Georgia represented with some white last week though, didn't he? Go ahead, Mom.
Okay, now Chief-wise, you got Sky Moore, who got a knee injury. It was been placed on IR, so he'll be out for at least 4 weeks. But they're saying Isaiah Pacheco, even though he had surgery, should be back and expected to play this week.
I like that.
Yep.
I really like that.
So I think here, Brian, the Chiefs win. I want to lock it in as the Chiefs win. The Raiders' bubbles burst last week. I mean, they did score 63, but let's be honest, that's never going to happen again.
Dude, they ran into a Chargers team that just wasn't ready. I think coaching-wise, player-wise, if I'm not mistaken, the Chargers fired their coach after this game, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think you're going to see a new face of the Chargers, which honestly, I think I said earlier, let's bench Eckler, but you may want to rethink that with the new coaching staff coming in. But with this game, I mean, Chiefs all the way. Chiefs are rolling right now.
Yeah.
I think right now one of the biggest rookies right now that could actually be up for Rookie of the Year is Rashee Rice.
He's been killing it.
I mean, if you look at his receptions last week, 9 for 9, and the week before he went boom for boom. Like he is catching everything that's thrown at him. Kadarius Toney cannot be trusted right now, so I think Rice has emerged as the number one. And right now, they're just unstoppable. I'm waiting for Kelsey. Where is he done?
No, I don't think so. But also, he's a pretty good decoy out there too. So Rice, he is actually for you zero RB people out there, picking up all these wide receivers early. This is one of the reasons why you do that. This is how you get a Rashee Rice, who wasn't projected as a starter early in the year, but now you're starting him every week because he's playing better than some of the other guys.
I tell you what, that actually shows you, like, we've never really sit and analyzed preseason football, but Rashee Rice kind of showed me something in preseason.
Yeah.
And I think that's where we kind of took off and were like, okay, looking at what the Chiefs have and what he can bring to the table, he's going to take the job eventually.
Now, Brian, is there anybody on the Raiders that you would give a start here?
I mean, I'm looking at, White actually put up a really good game last week.
Is Jacobs back?
Yes.
They're saying he's going to be back, so I'm looking at either side of the ball. If it's Jacobs, if it's White, I think you have to give a nod to either running back. But Adams, you have to start him for what you got him for. I think you can kind of shy away from Myers this week. But Adams, you have to start him.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to see a repeat of the 12 targets for 8 catches, 101 yards, and a touchdown. You're not going to see those numbers. I think you're going to get under 100 yards, maybe 5 receptions. You may squeeze in a touchdown. That's going to be garbage time.
Yeah, okay. So, and I do have this as a lock. I've got the Chiefs. I'm willing to eat the points. What are the points?
Ramble on for a minute.
I think that
Just going ahead and won't you talk
I already got it. It's actually a big one. You got the Chiefs at -10, a 41.5 point.
I'm pretty sure what I just heard is, Dave, can you kill a little time for me while I do a little search on the interwebs?
And I think everybody out there just laughed because they was like, yes, I needed that right now.
So the interweb says -10.
And it was 2 good laughs in a row. They heard Raiders and they laughed, and then they heard
the Chiefs haven't necessarily been a high-powered offense this year, so that does concern me with the 10 points. I feel like you can definitely lock this in money line. Maybe eat the 10, maybe you don't. That's up to you folks, but I think you're going to stay away from a lot of these Raiders players except for Adams. And then the Chiefs, with Pacheco being back, he's a good start. I think Rice is a good start. Kelsey, I don't know where he's been, but this could be one of those games where he kind of bounces back. So the next game we have on our schedule is the Baltimore Ravens are going to go to San Francisco and play a big one.
I think this is one of the most important games.
This is the Super Bowl preview in my pick. I had the Ravens versus the Niners in my Super Bowl.
Hey,
I don't know about yours, but before we get into that,
if anybody ever shit and fell in it, I think Dave just did. I think he did.
Yeah.
He got so excited about that he forgot about the 1:00 game.
He did.
I did. What was the 1 o'clock game?
Eagles and the Giants.
It's all right.
Oh,
all right. We'll talk about the bye week here in a minute.
All right.
So,
all right. Ravens wise. Okay, we had a Keaton Mitchell that came in as a running back, had a knee injury toward that ACL, and he had a season-ending injury.
Gus fans are just saying
Loving that.
about damn time. I mean,
Right.
I don't want to see an injury happen, but what happened to Gus Edwards? Go ahead.
Right.
Go on,
I mean,
Mom. Go
I
on.
totally
I'll get
agree.
into that.
So that leaves it wide open for Gus.
There we go.
49ers wise, no injuries at all.
healthy.
What just
a healthy
happened?
49ers is a winning team.
Oh, what just happened though? Because I think we're about to do the unthinkable.
lock one of these?
I think we're about to take a Baltimore Ravens team over a healthy 40. I am.
Brian,
Who's the home team?
the Niners. I really wanted
that's a tough one.
wanted to take the Ravens here, but the way the 49ers have been playing, and I don't know what it is about Christian McCaffrey. He's like a violin. The older the violin, the sweeter the music. You know what I mean?
Older the berry, the sweeter the juice.
McCaffrey's been playing better now than he did 7 years ago. I don't know what happened there because that doesn't usually work with running backs like that. But either way, I am going to lock this game.
Oh.
Because I know
lock it the right way.
I know y'all
I'm
out
about
there,
to throw some shit on you. Go ahead.
I know you guys out there want to. You don't want me to tell you, you know what? The Bills are going to beat the Chargers. Well, whoopity do. I mean, everybody knows that. You want to know about the big games, and I'm going to tell you right now, lock it in. The 49ers will beat the Ravens in a tough game. This is a Super Bowl preview. I'm definitely watching for sure. And to be honest,
you are gonna be surprised about what I'm about to say.
Did I just hear like the biggest Lamar fan on the planet
love Lamar.
Look.
Love
mention
Lamar.
that they were going to take a L?
I am about to eat all my words when I say this. But go ahead, Dave. Finish your shit.
This is a big game. It's a close game. Both teams are playing well. I mean, this is a Super Bowl preview, in my opinion. I think we're going to get everything. I mean, the hype is around this game is just amazing, and I think it's going to deliver. I think this is one of those games that we're all going to walk away from next week talking about it around the water cooler at work about, man, did you see that Ravens-Niners game? Oh, man. Yeah. I couldn't believe it. Now, okay.
Give it to me.
I know you want a firm stance. That's why I'm taking the Niners here, Brian. I know you want to say something different. Tell me I'm wrong.
You are wrong. 100% wrong. You are 100% wrong. I have been against the Ravens all this year, but they have proved to me that being the number one seed right now, they deserve to be right there. They will beat the 49ers. The 49ers' weakness is against the run, and y'all are looking at that 49ers defensive line, and you're thinking, there's no way Gus Edwards is going to do anything. Lamar Jackson is going to do anything. That's the way to beat them. And I think we all forgot that the Ravens are the number one rushing offense in the NFL
yes, sir.
now.
Yes, sir.
I think that line is to be appreciated, and it's going to show in this game that they're going to monopolize the game just like the Arizona Cardinals did last week with James Conner when they gave him the ball 16
control.
times. Yeah, they're gonna ball control with that. Purdy ain't going to get as many chances. It's going to be a close game. I think the Baltimore Ravens are going to come out victorious. They're gonna use that run to set up the pass.
Yeah. Now, Brad, when I'm looking at this from a fantasy aspect, do you just start everybody, or?
I tell you what, I'm going with Gus Edwards. I think Gus Edwards is still a good start against this 49ers defense because they're going to try to set the run up before they do the pass. But I'm looking at, I think Likely is a great start. Zay Flowers showing what he did last week against the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Ravens are built to run the ball. And I think right now you got playoffs emerging. And they're showing what they can do. They're a grinded out. They're an old school team. They're going to run the ball down your throat before they do anything. And then Lamar's going to jump back, and he's going to throw one to Likely.
Yeah.
Right now. That's what's going to happen. But, I mean, we're still starting all your 49ers. I think I see a big game out of McCaffrey. I do see a big game out of Ayuk, Debo, Kittles. I probably wouldn't start in this game. Ravens are really good against the tight end.
Yeah.
But
Does Purdy drop 30?
No,
Okay.
no. Because if you look at the Niners' schedule, the only two teams they played all year really is the Eagles and the Cowboys, and they played the Cowboys at home. So we all know what happens with
They
that.
handled them.
And they did beat the Eagles, but I mean it was a good game here and there. But are the Eagles what we think they are, Mom?
Of course they are.
You think that?
They'll be coming back healthy this week. You'll see.
Okay. But I'm just throwing it out there that the Niners are going to be there in the NFC as far as your Super Bowl representative, and Baltimore's going to battle it out with Miami. But Baltimore's a team to be reckoned with, and right now, Baltimore's going to take this win.
How about when they played the Rams? They beat the Rams. The Baltimore Ravens beat them 30. They got 35 points.
I know, but it was in overtime, and the Rams hung right with them, and that brought me to my point earlier of the Rams right now are a team to be reckoned with too.
Right.
So the Baltimore Ravens are just they're not a team you want to see right now. And as a Miami fan, I'm looking at them next week at Baltimore.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not liking it.
Yeah. So that is the Monday night game. I mean, that's going to be the game everybody wants to see. That's the game of the week.
I'll tell you what I'm scared
Might
of
even
most.
be the game of the year.
I'm scared of the
Monday.
coach. The coach is just amazing there.
So I like the Niners. Brian likes the Ravens. That's going to be – I locked the Niners in, so y'all already make your bets because you know what that is. But we're going to –
All you Louisville fans,
we
go
have
with
one
Lamar.
game that apparently we skipped over, and for good reason. We have the Philadelphia Eagles. Who's at home? The New York Giants and the Eagles play.
Eagles are at home.
And it's in Philadelphia. I think it's pretty safe to say
I see a bounce back.
that the Eagles are going to curb stomp the Giants.
Yes.
It's a rival. They're, what, an hour and a half apart on a good
I'll
traffic
tell
day.
you what, we got Brian Daboll in this game. Is he going to make a?
I mean, Brian, he knows how to win. He knows how to get some points on the board. I just don't think that's going to be enough to win this game. I say take the Eagles, eat the points. And matter of fact,
do we even need to talk about players in this game?
well,
No.
I think A.J. Brown goes off.
Oh,
wait. The biggest thing, like all fantasy players right now are thinking, we're not starting. The only Giant we're starting right now is Barkley. Is he worth a start in this game?
No.
Well, he could get a few catches out of the background for 30 yards and maybe.
The Vado.
Yeah, so he's probably more like a 12-point guy to 15-point. I don't know if that's going to win a playoff game for you.
I hate to say it. I mean, Eagles are going to run away with this
And we
game.
got Jalen back healthy now. He feels a lot better. From
Yeah.
The
that
man
game.
was healthy last
Dude,
week.
he had a flu.
Woman, admit when you take one.
Well, listen, we like.
I love you, Mom.
I love
We
you
like
too.
in that Eagles game. We like an anytime touchdown out of Jalen Hurts and the brotherly shove.
Oh,
Hey, that one wasn't a brotherly shove.
I
He-
just
he
want to
flipped
let y'all
around and
know.
ran it in.
Wait. Are we in week 16?
Yes.
Yep.
Y'all got 3 more weeks of that because it ain't gonna happen next year. Just love it up while
But,
you can, there, Philly.
Just know, Philly ain't the only one doing that
Yeah.
brotherly shove.
Philly's the
dude.
only one that can execute it
Yeah,
every time
That's for
that's
sure.
true.
because
But
they ain't got Kelsey.
'cause they've been trying. Other places, people have been trying it. They just don't succeed.
Oh, I
Yeah.
guarantee you, Miami ain't trying it. They
So,
said Tua, Tuck.
listen, folks, if you've made it this far, you're like family to us, and we really do appreciate you. I want to go ahead and tell you real quick. Our locks of the week, we did lock in the Rams on Thursday over the Saints, the Bills over the Chargers, the Browns over the Texans, Packers over Panthers, Lions over Vikings. And then we locked in the Chiefs over the Raiders, and then the 49ers over the Ravens, which is
That's-
hotly contested for
It is.
Brian.
Wait,
Highly contested.
can I get one breaker on that? Hey, Trav,
Yes.
Baltimore or San Francisco? Don't come at me from a
Yeah,
Louisville
well,
standpoint.
We already established the Niners are at home, correct?
Yes.
Man.
Don't do
You
me
know-
wrong, dog.
I said the Ravens.
I am red through and through. I love Lamar. Even though the Niners don't really have that solid of a QB, in my eyes, I'm going Niners.
Easy.
I'm going Niners.
Okay,
49ers.
that's a couple
Okay.
2-2s we get to talk about next week. I like it.
And I
Yeah.
love Lamar. Keep in mind, I want the
Lamar,
Ravens to win.
but that's my thing. Lamar ain't going to be the reason why they win.
Yeah.
That is.
And we sure do appreciate you,
Love ya.
folks. We hope you're winning money out there. We know we are. So listen to us. Take our advice. Don't bet all these in one parlay. Mix it up a little bit.
Hey, use the
you know,
Dustin effect. Let's
yeah.
mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, take 3 or 4. Do your thing. I'm not going to coach you on that, but also with these fantasy guys we're talking about, these are helping people. We know they are because we get the feedback, and we think we can help you too. Apply this stuff in your fantasy leagues, in your wagering report, or in your wagering and everything, and we'll. I tell you what, I guess we're going to have to see you next week because it's getting down and dirty. And this is DDB's End Zone Empire, and we're out of here.
I'll see you next week for the championship.
Good luck in your playoffs,
Like
everyone.
and subscribe.
Peace out, player.